control of critical functions.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Wild and Weird Radio Live. Thanks for joining us. We are glad that you are here with us. Ron's going to be here momentarily. He is out on assignment at the moment. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm going to run down the chat here. We got Matt Carter in the house. What's going on? Vincent Ellison is here. We've got Jordan Booker hanging out. What's going on, Jordan? Jen is in the house. West Virginia Bigfoot Project has made it in. We've got Donna Ho. How we doing, Donna? Good to see you. LR Miller is here. Happy Thursday right back at you, brother. Power Band is in the house. Gary Schuler is here. Then we've got, who else? Enzo. What's going on, Enzo? Good to see you, man. Yep, going to be solo Joe just for a minute. Trackway is here. Hope you're doing well, man. If you haven't had a chance yet, guys, Trackway posted up a new video yesterday. Go check it out. It's got one of the coolest intros that I've seen in a long time from a show. So he's doing some findings out there in the field. It's pretty good stuff. Go check it out. Godot's in the house. What's going on? Open the pod bait doors. That's right, man. Let's see. All right. I think we're caught up there as far as the chat goes. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. You guys are awesome. So here it is. It's Thursday. We have some of us hopefully have a long weekend coming up. It's Labor Day weekend. Going to be out there celebrating and having a good time. If you live in the East Coast, Mid-Atlantic area, we're experiencing some cooler than average temperatures for this time of year. This weekend is also going to be cool. That means the nights are going to be pretty clear. So you're going to have fairly nice sky watching time. I highly advise you guys going out and checking that out. I know that we're going to be deploying some stuff. Rob, what's going on, man? Popping in and out. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. Thanks for stopping by and dropping a comment. We appreciate you. But this weekend's going to be great for sky watching. Get out there. If you've got any kind of hardware, use it. If you only have binoculars, get out there and use those. If you don't have anything, just go out, throw a pillow on a flat surface and lay down and watch the sky, see what happens. Keep an eye out. It's going to be good weather for most of the Mid-Atlantic based off what I've seen. Nice and clear to see all the drones still flying around, right? Linda's in the house. Everybody, Linda's feeling a little under the weather here recently. So send out some thoughts, prayers, and all that good stuff to Linda and Chris. They're, hopefully that they start feeling better here shortly because, we've got a pretty big weekend coming up here in a few weeks. And it's going to be Mothman time. So have you guys been paying attention over there on the Wild and Weird Paranormal Talk page? Anybody? If you have, you've been seeing some announcements rolling out over there. One this week has been pretty busy in the Department of Announcements, and I'm going to be sharing those with you guys here momentarily. So who all has seen some cool stuff this weekend, or this past week rather? You catch any good ones? Any good announcements? Anything you're looking forward to? Because I know there's quite a few that I'm looking forward to over here. That's right. Got Mothman Festival coming up. Got to be ready for it. It's going to be a trip this year. And we're really, really looking forward to it. It's going to be a very, very good time. Mothman's always a good time. It's like a big family reunion for the most part. Also, when you get some time, I posted up the new Joe Rogan interview. It's an interview with Gary Nolan. Great interview. I listened to it this afternoon into this evening before we started the show. Did you trade Ron in for another research team? No, haven't traded Ron in, not yet. But if I run solo any longer, I'm just going to come start running down there and be your extra cameraman, and we'll fit in right. Now Ron's going to be here shortly. He's out having some fun and having him a big time. So, but he's going to be stopping in here in a little bit to join us for the rest of the evening. What was that flying in Gallipolis? Okay, I don't know, Linda. I have no idea what that was buzzing around there. Always appreciate it, Joe. You guys are like family to us, and we do need to get out in the woods sometime soon. Hopefully this year before the end of the year is over. It'd be nice to schedule some time to get down there with you guys. Then we've got Dances with Orbs. What's going on? LR, where's LR? What did LR say? Oh, I wonder if Ron is wearing his Helmet Holler adventure hat on assignment. He better be. He better be. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. We need to get with you guys. If not before this year is over, then we need to get with you in the spring and go do something. Now we're waiting on nailing down a date. Right now, we're working on dates for the October get together, and you guys are gonna like what we're doing with that one. I think you're really gonna enjoy that one. So it will be announced here first. Hopefully by next Thursday, we're actually going to have those dates for you. So that way we're more than a month out. Scott Holbrook won't be able to make it to Mothman this year. We'll be in Ohio BFRO expedition. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that BFRO expedition is going on during Mothman, but you'll have a good time out there, man. You'll enjoy it. You'll have fun. Then let's see. Okay, caught up there. So I put up that Joe Rogan and Nolan interview. Very good interview. The front half of it is a little science heavy. So if you're not into Nolan's work, buzz through it until you get to the UFO parts. But he gets into some really good stuff. I'm going to save most of that because we're wanting to dissect it a little bit heavier and use it next week in the show. So you'll be seeing some of that then. Oh, what? A Jeremy Corbell interview from Vice just dropped? I missed that one. I wanted to get that up. Matt, if you're over on the Paranormal Talk page, go drop a link over to that here in a minute. So that way it's over on the Wild and Weird Talk page. I'm booked 10/18, 10/25. Hopefully you don't pick those dates. 10/25 was one of the ones that we're kind of eyeing right now. 10/18 we're also kind of tied up. So, but we'll let you know. We're gonna announce it here first to everybody. All right. So Linda asked, what was that thing in Gallipolis? And for those of you who might have missed it or didn't see it, there was a really weird video that was floating around that was filmed in Gallipolis, Ohio. And it looked almost like a can, like a pop can, suspended out, several thousand feet above the ground, but around the size of a small house. Like it looked fairly large. And it was just hanging out there. Oh, here we go, folks. Here comes old.
Well, let's see
what's
if that
going
works.
on, man? Looks good, sounds good. How's it going?
Up the mic here. Let's see.
We can hear you.
No, keep talking for me. I'm going to try to fix this thing.
Okay, we can hear you.
Let's see. I think I got to do this.
We can hear you.
Try that.
Can
Joe.
you? Yeah, we can hear you.
Nope, nothing there. God
bless. No, we can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Turn.
Hang on, I'm working on.
Turn on the Realtek audio.
Got it already.
There you are.
I got you. I don't know what it's doing, but okay.
Nancy White, thank you. Oh, there's an echo. I'm picking up my speakers.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. I can fix that. Try that, Joe.
There we go. Is that better? Yes. The echo is gone.
Echo cancellation's on. Yeah, I got it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Good deal, Nancy. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Very much
Multiple
appreciated.
Blessings.
Thank you, Nancy. So, Ron is still in siesta mode.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm on island time. It's always siesta time down here. So, yeah.
Nice hat. Subtle. Very understated.
Thank you. This is not my adventure hat. This is my beach hat. So, this is the thing that keeps me out of, the sun.
Yeah, because the sun likes to try to kill us.
It does. The sun will kill us one day. It's going to explode. I mean, that's probably going to be, a headline next week. So the sun will kill us. Yeah.
So, okay, now that Ron is here with us, we've got some news that we want to announce here.
What?
And first and foremost, because we're just going to go in the order of dates, okay? For anybody who's missed it, Ron and I will once again be presenting at the Mothman Festival. That is going to be a free event. We're 1 p.m. on Sunday. It is going to be a very, very interesting talk. We are going to be showing essentially all of the data that we've collected from the Point Pleasant and Point Pleasant adjacent areas in recent times, showing that the phenomena never, ever took a break.
No.
It
no,
just
and it's relatable to other phenomena, right, Joe?
It is indeed. And we're going to be discussing that there with you guys. And speaking of the Mothman Festival, there's another convention coming up, and that is Cryptid Con. Cryptid Con is like our home away from home in Lexington, Kentucky. You're going to be able to catch it in November. But again, speaking of Mothman, you're going to get a very, very limited appearance there. Jeff Walmsley. Jeff is going to be speaking at Cryptid Con November 22nd or 23rd. I don't know what day he's going to be speaking, but he's going to be there both days. And, this is one of those things where Jeff does not do public presentations very often.
It's rare.
We were fortunate enough to get him for Wild and Weird Con. But it is a very rare thing, like what Ron said. So come check him out at Cryptid Con. It's going to be awesome. Also, good friend Cliff Barrickman is going to be there, and Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum is going to be there. There's a whole list of other guests that are going to be there from the Expedition Bigfoot show, and some of the local guys like Charlie Raymond and Tom Shea. But then we're going to go out and take a jump over to the West Coast, because then it's going to get really, really interesting, because Thomas Winterton is going to be at Cryptid Con this year. Thomas Winterton was there last year. He is the main guy, the groundskeeper for and the superintendent for the ranch at Skinwalker Ranch. He's extremely involved in the research activity there. And he's probably more familiar with the entire body of the ranch than just about anyone other than probably some of Robert Bigelow's guys. Then to jump on to that Skinwalker train,
Eric Bard. Yeah. Eric Bard's going to be there.
We've been waiting for this for how long, Ron?
A while. It's been a while. So that's going to be great to be able to talk to Tom again, and this time Eric.
Yeah.
And let them see, some of what we've managed to catch as well. I mean, Tom thought it was interesting. I'd like to hear Eric's take on it.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be amazing to be able to get some kind of a communications set up with him to where we can throw stuff at him periodically, because guess who else is speaking there? It's going to be us.
Yeah.
We're going to be speaking once again.
True. So
not only are we going to be in the house with the guests from Skinwalker Ranch, but the as YouTube so eloquently put it, the great value or discount Skinwalker Ranch guys are also going to be there. We just so eloquently like to call ourselves as Trash Panda Farms. So we're going to be there hanging out and sharing data with everybody. And it's going to be a little bit different because, Mothman's lecture is going to be geared towards Point Pleasant and how it's related to other phenomena and all of the data that we captured there. And hopefully we're going to have a special guest there with us that day as well.
That'd be nice.
And it'd be really, really cool. But being able to go more broad spectrum with all the data that we've collected over the last several years, including some of the more recent footage that was collected at the farm and what Ron's been up to down there at the beach, because we can't get anywhere and not take gear. That is just how we do.
That's right. We did last night, just did that, and we returned to the same area that we got some of those weird anomalies several years ago when we were down here, and we got some interesting data. I don't know what it is. We're gonna have to get it back home, put it on the big machine, and kind of enhance and try to look at it a little bit closer, because they're really far out. But if it captured what I saw, we've got some interesting data, and I have no reason to believe that it didn't capture that. I haven't played it back simply because, the big machine's what I play back everything on.
Ada's over here planning a group trip to Lexington, saying let's get together and get a B&B. Hey, it's actually it's really easy to get down there because it is a big convention, but the city isn't aware of it really. So you can even stay in all these other places and you're not going to see elevated rates. So you're going to be able to find really affordable lodging to get into Lexington.
Yeah, they keep it pretty accessible, don't they?
They do.
I mean, they really do. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It gets bigger every year.
And it's all indoors. So if the weather goes absolutely to crap, guess what? You're indoors. It don't matter, baby.
Yeah, it don't matter. So it's all good. And, I might even wear the hat. I don't know.
Then, let's see. Dance has asked, where are you, Ron?
I'm in a top secret location in the islands, and I like to keep it that way.
He's in a dumb currently, or a dune.
I've been chasing UFOs, unidentified fossilized objects, all day. And then in the evening, we go for actually unidentified flying objects. So, it's pretty much 24/7 UFOs.
Good deal. So Scott's going to be there. Let's see.
Good.
Scott, while we're out there, because this will be the first time we've done a presentation since
2 years
since we filmed Paranormal Horizons. So Scott, we'll probably pull you up there at some point to talk about what happened on your outing with us too, while we're at CryptidCon. Because we do things. You guys were there, so we might as well have you guys share your bit.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun regardless.
It really is.
There's a lot to go over. To say that there's a crap ton, there's a crap ton. There's stuff that you've seen, there's stuff you haven't seen,
stuff you haven't.
Yeah, and so we're gonna present that and try to collate that all together into one, cohesive meal for everybody to digest. And then you can look at it, make up your own mind, whether it be something that's you're interested in or not. There's something there, though. It really doesn't matter, I don't think, at this point. I think we can all agree there's something there. We just don't know what it is, and I think that's where we are with it.
All right. So you guys have got all of our announcements on where we're going to be over the next few weeks and what we're going to be doing. Also, we're going to be at the Carter County Bigfoot Festival. That's going to be in Olive Hill, Kentucky. And that is the September the 13th, I believe, is the date for that.
I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
So it's going to be Saturday the 13th. Get out there. Come hang out with us. It's going to be cool. It's a first-time event, but it's in a really, really cool place. It's in the historic train depot down there in Olive Hill, so it's going to be fun. Juliana McGill, you guys want to get something going on the West Coast? I got a casino right across from Ranch in Humboldt County. I want to go to Humboldt County. Humboldt County is like some of the best Bigfoot in the U.S. I would love to come out there.
Yep, that's Humboldt County.
Yeah, it's she says it can't be beat. Juliana McGill, we might. I want to get that happening. Like I want to make it happen for a few reasons.
That would be an incredible part of the documentary, wouldn't it?
Right. We've been trying to get out to the West Coast for something for years, and for some reason, and I'm sure it's probably travel related, some of the venues and stuff, then the events, they just look at folks who live out that way. So,
oh yeah.
LR, thanks, brother. We appreciate you. You have summoned the sky, daddy.
Blessings.
Thanks, man. We appreciate you. Y'all are fantastic. We've got a lot of stuff. I'm missing most of this. Sorry, Jen. You can go back and rewatch it. I think talking about going to CryptidCon is what.
Yeah. Well, just be there. I mean, it'll be
just come to Lexington. Come to CryptidCon for that. Oh yeah, that's right. Mount St. Helens 2026. That's right. We need to still try to get that funded and going. That would be a blast.
You're going to need a lot more blessings, a lot more gold to pull that off. But
right.
You're right on it.
It would be amazing, though. I'm all in. I got the hookups, and you would be at the first time they had a venue like that. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool doing it. The casinos are a fun place to do events. Back whenever I was a chef, I did a lot of stuff in casinos, and they make for really nice venues because they've normally got like the best AV around.
Mm-hmm.
See you later, Lisa. Going to the pool, it's a little cool. Oh, it's an indoor pool, I'm hoping, because it is chilly. I mean, I'd go swimming right now because I'm a polar bear, but oh man. Juliana, we greatly appreciate it. We'll keep that card in the back pocket because that would be awesome to be able to get out there to the West Coast and do something. Humboldt County is gorgeous. I'd love to get out there. We got an airport 10 minutes from here.
There you go.
Oh man. So Ron, fill us in. How you doing? I gave them the rundown on me and what I've been up to, and
doing good. Decided to get out of town, and that's pretty much what we did. Tried to get away from some things and take a break. I'm not chasing down weird things in the sky. I'm chasing down things in the surf. So, that's got to come back this year. We hadn't been back for a year because we had to film last year. So it was good to get back down to the island and kind of chill out for a little bit. And we'll be back soon. But just looking for fossils, having fun. That's it. Yeah, it's good times.
One day when the kids are old, I'll get to go on vacation again. We'll be able to know what that's like again.
Yeah, exactly. Got some actual island grown grits down here, which are really good. I've been eating those. That's good stuff. Stuff. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, we've got quite a bit coming up.
Yeah. Well, since I was gone, has there been any big news?
There was a few interviews that came out. Apparently, there was one that was released literally just before the show started, and it featured Jeremy Corbell.
Okay.
And he went on Vice again.
All right.
So we're gonna have to go check that out. I know that the last interview that I saw Corbell on, which was really interesting, it was with an Australian news source, and it had Jeremy and Nick Pope on it. And she said something, that the anchor said something about, oh, do we put our tinfoil hats on now? And he said,
I saw the one where Jeremy went off on him. I loved it.
We need to put on our battle helmets. Like,
yep.
I was like, oh man.
Drop the attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, he got and even Nick was just looking at her like, are you for real? You brought us on here to do this?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what you have to prepare for. People don't know that, but when we're asked to do like these interviews, we're just waiting for it. We're waiting for it. And, I actually got to do that, Joe. You don't know this, but I got to do that in Pennsylvania. We had some crew up there. They were filming for a documentary, and they had me come out and do about an hour piece with them. And they didn't really sideswipe me, but they tried to ask some of these questions and then tried to present some possibilities, you know, and it's like, well, you know, that's not what the data says. And they really appreciated that part, though. And like her, they really appreciated that part. But it's because, you know, we follow data. We don't follow belief systems. And I think that was just something new that they wasn't expecting. You know, they didn't expect that answer at all. Because usually when you're doing an interview, you ask a question to get a response that you want, that you can run with, because you have this little storyboard in your head that's going on. And I don't think they expected that. But when they got the answer, it was kind of like, I'm going to have to rechange this part of the story now, because I liked what I heard and I was not expecting that. And he literally kind of said that at one point. And, you know, we rolled on with it for a little bit more, but they were just surprised at the fact that we follow data. And, you know,
I mean, so many don't. You've got a handful of groups that do. The majority of them do not. And we've known that for a long time. And in this community, you just got to call spades spades. And
you do. And
say, this is what this is, and this is what this is not, and this is who these people are, and this is who these people are. If you want entertainment, go this route. If you want to see data that you might not understand, but will push your boundaries a little, follow these guys over this way.
I mean, we don't understand it, to be fair. I mean,
and we don't.
I'll just flat out tell you.
We try our best.
Yeah,
but you're talking about, man, like some of the stuff that we've experienced, the energy involved, the technology involved to make some of these things happen. There's no way that we're going to wrap our minds about it. This is so far beyond human capacity that we're not going to be able to grasp it unless one of these things comes down and says, hey, here's how we did that.
No. And we're seeing so many people running around saying, you know, oh, this is secret technology. It's adversarial. It's Chinese. It's the Russians. Guys, if it was any of those, I'm telling you right now, we said it a million times. I'll say it a million more times. If that was the case, we would all be going outside and there wouldn't be an American flag there anymore. It'd be a big red flag with a big old white star on it, probably. I mean, it's just a yellow star, right? I forget what color it is. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Either way, the point is it's not adversarial. If this was, the game would have been over a long time ago. Not what it is. Jordan Booker.
Jordan, doing my part. Can't wait for y'all at the Mothman Festival. It's going to be fun, man. And we're looking forward to seeing you and getting to spend some time with you guys at the festival as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a blast. Oh, I see what you did there. That orb is, where's it at? It's this one up here. It's not letting me choose it for some reason. It's not letting me join your chat. What in the world? Oh, well.
What chat?
The normal chat over here. I can't respond.
Oh, because you're not logged in as an admin.
Now, is that what it is?
Yeah, you can go over to YouTube and bring it up on YouTube and mute the audio, and you can talk in the chat there.
Ah, I got you. I see what it did.
Enzo says if it was China or Russia, it would have taken over the world by now.
Darn straight. I don't know if that'll work. We'll see if it'll work. If not, I ain't worried about it. We'll just continue on as we're doing.
Bigfoot Project says, we'll see you at Mothman. Can't wait to see you guys.
Let's see if that works. It says I can do it now. Let's see. Can I? Do I have admin power? I'll let it go to my head if I do. Hang on. No, I don't. Still can't do it. Oh, well, whatever. That's weird. We'll roll with it.
Right.
We'll roll with it. Jordan said that orb was actually a margarita. Yeah, it's not. And if the orbs start bringing margaritas, though, I'm going to start chasing those orbs.
Right? It won't be alone. I won't be Glowing Joe. We'll have Glowing Joe and Glowing Ron.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it might be like, you know, but maybe that's why people never came back when they chased the will-o-wisp, Joe.
It could be. They got margaritas and forgot their way home. And they just said, you know what? These guys make really good margs. I'm going to stay with them. Bye.
Stay with those people. Yeah, right. Could be that. I don't know. Anyway, so what else has been brewing this week? I just saw a few things. I mean, it really hasn't been that busy. I saw so many fake 3i Atlas posts. I don't even look at them anymore. I just want to let y'all know.
Yeah, my favorite ones are the ones that look like they have the Watchers from Marvel walking across them.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. The zoomed in ship,
Yeah, like for starters,
great.
This thing is 6 miles across.
No, dude, it's like 20 according to these people.
Oh, is that what it's back at now?
No, that's the comma. But we really don't know what the actual comma itself, the center of it is.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think it is closer to like 7.
It's like 6-7 miles, right?
Yeah.
So this thing, they're showing the full scope of this thing is like a log this big, and they're seeing people walk on it. 7 miles. That means that each one of those people is like a half mile tall, folks.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Don't buy into this craziness. However, according to West Virginia Bigfoot Project, thank you guys. We appreciate y'all so much.
Multiple thank yous.
Thank you. Where is Enzo said, I saw a Facebook today saying that Atlas was half the size of the sun and almost spit out my coffee.
Oh my God.
Man, could you imagine though something half the size of our sun? If it just passed through the galaxy, the gravity alone would render everything just to dust.
Yeah. These posts are made by people who don't, number one, they don't understand physics, astronomy, and probably common sense. Common sense is out the window at that point too.
There was a brand new article about 3i Atlas concerning the James Webb that was really interesting, where they discovered that its composition has far more CO2.
I did see that.
And far more H2O than any other comet that we've seen and documented previously.
It had CO2. I didn't think it had H2O. That was
it had H2. It had water, so it's ice and carbon dioxide.
Well, if that's the case, then it's 100% comet. So we can just get off the craziness and be done with it.
Gary Schuler, keeping it free, baby. Keeping it free. Gary, thank you so much. So, they basically, the composition of it has an unusually high amount of H2O and CO2.
Yeah. Julian McGill, that's a very good question. See that one there, Joe? This popped up.
Yeah, they got everybody looking up in the sky and what's going on in the ocean. Yeah, especially concerning with what Burleson was talking about that we talked about here last week.
Yeah, and that would be why we focused almost everything on the ocean side last night for as long as we could. And like I said, we got some interesting stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll look at it.
Tony says, I ordered a new super widescreen TV. It's called the 3i Atlas by Sirius. Y'all heard of this? Oh, man. So yeah, but as far as like news goes, that's kind of the run, man.
Yeah.
Like it's really all it's been. It's been a really slow news week. We do have a holiday coming up, and that's kind of par for the course.
That's right. We got Jimmy Buffett Day tomorrow. You're absolutely right. There is
Jimmy Buffett Day is tomorrow, and then we got Labor Day this Monday, and so it's going to be a long weekend for everybody in government work. And therefore, some of those guys are what we call professional government employees, and they went ahead and they started taking off on Tuesday, and they're not going to be back till next Tuesday.
Yeah,
But yeah. Oh, water and CO2. Is the RC Cola mothership returning home?
Oh, well, there you go.
That's a throwback. We have telescopes and satellites that gaze into the sky, but seldom is spent looking into the waters. That is 100% right.
Yep.
We know more about our sky and about our galaxy than we do about our very own oceans.
That's absolutely right.
Which is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You got to ask yourself why.
I don't know, but I think we need to raise enough money to buy us an old decommissioned aircraft carrier. I've been saying this for years. You know this.
Yep.
And just that's our base ship right there. We have an old decommissioned aircraft carrier. And we just go out there and conduct research and, pretty much live on the old aircraft carrier.
I'm down.
That'd be good, right?
Yeah, there was a TV show that was something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go survive on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, man.
Juliana said, here's a theory that I will bump at you guys. Our magnetic polarity is shifting. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's accelerating. We slowed down. We went through a significant slowing, and now we're starting to speed back up. Perhaps that's why we're having some extra intervention and sightings. It's very possible,
It's perhaps.
A long while back when we started, we had I think we had Dave on that night too. We were talking about geomagnetics and what was going on with the planet and how that could possibly be connected to the uptick in sightings. I'm
Right.
sure these sorts of anomalies would be worth studying, to spacefaring or some kind of other non-human intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially seeing as how we're organic human intelligence down here.
Right.
Watch the effects and see how they do.
Exactly. Vincent, looks like spending the weekend with the wife at home. Burgers in paradise. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
It was cheeseburgers.
Is the USS Eldridge still available?
I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. We make our own. We just, yeah.
It is a lot of vibration and frequencies that are being messed with. And, if it is extra dimensional, it could rely on that or could be at least influence that at the very least. We were talking about this exact topic with, like I said, with the geomagnetics and about how the Ring of Fire had woke back up and was being extremely active again, more active than it had been in years. So...
Oh, Jordan Booker. There you go. Oh, we got a bunch of pirates in here tonight. Look at this, Joe.
We do.
I think we got a crew, man. Let's do it. Here we go. Everybody, we're buying an aircraft carrier. No, I'm kidding.
I heard a hypothesis that some of these craft could use geomagnetics of the Earth to move, and that would give incentive to fix things. It could.
The flux layer. I remember hearing that story. Yeah. A long time ago, that was theorized that they were actually using the magnetic grid, the flux layer on the Earth.
Yeah. And just gliding across it.
Yeah. Kind of like a hoverboard, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that showed up shortly after some of those the novelty toys. Well, what became the novelty toys, where they turned on the power and had the magnets and everything holding the polarity, and you had that disc that would hover and they would move it around.
Oh yeah. That little Earth that spin and
yep. And then the toys came out, which is what the Earth and those pucks and planes and all that came from later. But when that stuff started being played with and proven as a viable mode for transport and movement, the light rail theories came from that as well, and we saw where that went. It actually is feasible.
Yeah.
So it could be very much a real possibility there, Matt.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know, but that's really good. And you guys both brought up some very interesting things. You brought up electromagnetism and you brought up frequency.
Yeah.
And, I think that people have known this for a very long time. Personally, I think that that's where a lot of the New Agers at the time, call them what you will, at the time they're called New Agers, but that's where a lot of the metaphysics came from. It was basically the same stuff. It's just talking about it in different languages that sound a little out there to other people. Yeah. But then when you look at it and you're realizing, wait, this crystal is vibrating at this frequency. This is a scientific fact. So can that affect something in some people? I don't know, but I can tell you that we have to look at that kind of stuff a little bit closer now. We can't just poo-hoo it and say, oh, because I don't want to believe it, that it's not real.
Yeah.
You know, it's not magic. It's just a science that we haven't figured out yet.
Enzo says with the South Atlantic magnetic anomaly, it could explain all the wild UFO reports in South America.
Yeah.
And our magnetic anomaly that we have here in central West Virginia, we've theorized that has something to do with the UFO sightings here.
Right. And that's the thing. We have that negative anomaly. So, yeah.
In the next few years, the sightings will go up, but you have to factor in more folks coming to realize that there's something to the phenomena and started paying attention in 2017. It's 100% right. Yeah. The more people we have looking, the more sightings we're going to have. It's same phenomena that we saw with the Bigfoot people. You know, the more people we had out in the woods during the pandemic era when everything was shut down except for our forests,
right?
The more Bigfoot reports came in. There was a massive boom in Bigfoot reports.
Yep.
Bryce Zabel said before Dark Skies aired, someone at a party watched it before he did and told the secret to everything was light, frequency, and sound.
Light, frequency, and sound. Yeah.
Juliana, I'm just a farm girl spitting out all my theories. I really have no research to back it up, but just common sense. Hey, that's the thing. Common sense, Occam's razor. What makes the most sense that would explain some of these things? Run with it. We're right there with you.
Yeah.
Better late than asleep in front of the TV.
That's the new one.
Good that's to see probably you, Trackway. Glad you made it in.
That's a good one. I like that saying.
Matt says apparently he knew details about the show too, which meant that he did in fact watch it somehow. Let's see.
My YouTube just crashed. Had to refresh. Enzo. Uh-oh.
I wonder as the Earth rotates, is there a level of friction with the atmosphere that causes a vibration?
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be, but there's plenty of vibration being caused by tectonic movement.
Right, and human movement.
Human movement, tectonic movement, magmatic movement in the core.
Yeah.
There's a ton of friction being produced just by the Earth's movement, just not with our atmosphere. Otherwise, we'd see things catching on fire in the sky.
Yes, and you've also got, you know, like you said, the subterranean stuff that's happening. Yep. You know, for a while they're talking about that big blob or whatever that's moving towards
the Appalachian anomaly, the Appalachian magma chamber.
Yeah, the Appalachian magma chamber. Exactly. Like those things affect all of the energy. They affect the magnetism, electromagnetism. So if these things are existing on some form of that, then we could see them change. They could be like a migration, right? Something like that. Think of it like that.
Yeah, Bigfoot, Littlefoot. This is something that I have joked about and talked about in the past myself. I bet aliens get abducted by other aliens sometimes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the whole thing, you know, when you get down to that, we don't know what that is. So, you know, is it a hostile thing? Is it just recon? Is there something more to
observation?
It?
Purely observation.
Yeah. Is it, or is there an intervention? And with some of them, it seems like there's an intervention trying to take place, that someone's trying to put some kind of information that they want spread. The question is, why do they want that? And can you trust them?
Jordan says, we didn't start the fire. You know, I got in trouble in kindergarten for singing that song.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got, my mom was called, because that was my favorite song when I was a kid. It was the first song that I learned the words to. And it's funny now because my son is now in his first year of kindergarten, as if he's going to have multiple years of kindergarten. He's in his he just started kindergarten. He's had a pretty good first week, so happy about that. Rowan wrote his name. That's really impressive. I'll have to send you pictures of that here in a bit.
Oh wow.
Bigfoot, Littlefoot, consent seems to be a little dodgy concept up there. It really does.
It really does. And, you know, again, it's kind of like It's kind of like, the researchers here who go out and tag bears and so forth and so on.
Right.
It's the same thing. That's the way that I've always seen it. And people like say, "Oh, you're an alien sympathizer," and I'm like, "No, just drop the sympathizer part off. You probably got it." But here's the thing: I don't see it in that light. I see it as, look, if this was meant to be some kind of a thing that was detrimental to you, there would be no need to wipe your memory. I wouldn't give a crap. If you remembered, I wouldn't care one bit. If you remembered us, them, I said us, sorry. If you remembered them, opening you up and putting, a probe in you or something. I don't know. I don't know what they do, but here's the thing. If I didn't care about your mental well-being, I probably wouldn't disguise that. I wouldn't wipe that out. So there's something going on there. There's a little bit of empathy that's taking place.
Vincent Ellison, this one goes out to you.
That's
Before
right.
He was Glowing Joe. He was just Pyro Joe.
Yeah, Pyro Joe.
Right?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was Vincent. Vincent is on board trying to help with, getting to the aircraft carrier. So
that's right.
Good job.
Bigfoot, Littlefoot. I'd like to imagine it as a fractal system we live in. It very likely is of some sort. Miss Trackway says cats are probably aliens. Serious infiltration into human existence.
There's good evidence that kind of goes with that, and not that they're aliens, but that they are definitely a very intelligent, non-human intelligence, and very manipulative. They're extremely manipulative little creatures.
There's certain meows that they only create around humans.
100%. And I mean, I know that mine's got me trained. There's a series of meows, and these one mean this particular thing. There is communication. They even have those devices now. That's what Maria was talking about. You can get
the talk pads.
Yeah, the talk pads. Those work. That's interspecies communication, and it actually does work.
Yeah. What's really funny is my sister was actually a pilot for that program because she couldn't communicate, she couldn't speak, but she was with it. And we had the buttons when they very first came up with those systems. This is in the early 90s, where you would record sayings and had them tap, and they were given to us for free to use, so that way she could communicate, and we just had to basically keep record of it and say, yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. Cats are definitely, they're not to be trusted.
Old black and white movie, cats secretly running the world and destroy humans who discover the truth.
That would be good, actually.
Oh, man. Yeah, so we've got some interesting things that take place, and there's a lot of interesting hypotheses, and there's room on the table for every one of those hypotheses. Okay, so when you come here and you're hanging out with us, don't feel like you can't share an idea, because we are more than open to these ideas. They all deserve a look, regardless of how goofy you might think they sound.
Well, and then if you say something that's kind of out there, it'll be simple. Let's see the data. And by that, I mean, if you come in and you start saying, all the alien stuff is fake and it's all being, part of some project. Oh, by the way, these people are quoting this now, Joe. They don't even know the name of it anymore. They've made up a new name for it.
Oh,
yeah. It's called Operation Bluebeam to these people now. They parodied it so much. Yeah, they don't even know. They don't even know. No, they don't even know. No,
it was an early version.
Yeah, they don't know the origin of their own conspiracy theories. But we do. And if you're really interested in that, there's a really good episode where we did a deep dive and went back to the history of it. And, it's rooted in fact, but it never got off the drawing board because it cost too much. And to be honest with you today, we don't need space lasers to fake alien invasions. We have social media, right, Joe?
Yeah, we can socially engineer you to think and feel however we want you to now.
Yeah.
We don't need Sky Daddy to do it for you.
Exactly. So it's a waste of money. It's a waste of technology. You've got AI now that can literally produce any news story you want. And believe me, it's going to get bad.
Bigfoot Littlefoot says star card.
Star card. You know, I'm having problems with the cards, guys. You might want to help. I've got pretty much all of our art for them, right? But we are missing the square. I don't know what a square should be, because we've never really had any kind of fun thing with the square. We've had all the other stuff, but never quite the square.
You could make it a cube.
I did, and it looks
circle in it.
That would defeat the purpose. I actually thought about that, but that would defeat the purpose. Yes, a cube with a circle in it.
Oh man,
Borg in a bubble. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys really want that? Are you serious? That's what you want it to be?
Everybody's in agreement.
I'm seeing it.
But we just what you do. Here's the way to do it. So that way the mind can still see a static square shape. Make it solid colors instead of translucent. You know. So you make the square jet black, and then you can put the sphere in it in a color.
Yeah. Well, okay. You guys are weird, but all right, we'll do that.
But this is Wild and Weird.
Yeah. I mean, it is true.
And they are the weirdos.
It's true. It's true. They've lived up to their names. We'll have to do this for them. Yeah, Maria said we should do toast for the bacon, but yeah,
toast.
Oh man.
So we got we got some really interesting stuff that we're going to be able to talk about here soon.
We do indeed. We do.
So I'm only teasing that because I want you guys to anticipate something cool. So,
cooler than bacon.
Yeah, cooler than bacon. Does anyone have some recent encounters with owls that were odd? There was an owl actually today that was weird, but I can't. The only reason I say it's weird is because it was sleeping in a tree at work, which this is not unusual. I work at the Capitol, and there's all these great trees, you know.
Yeah,
they're just gigantic old growth oaks, and a squirrel irritated an owl, and it bolted out of a tree today right over my head.
What an exciting day.
Yeah. I was taking out the mail, and I heard the scurrying around in this hollow, because squirrels, when they run on the bark, you can hear them, and it was barking and carrying on. I don't know if the owl might have been inside the hole eating something, but it jettisoned off over my head, maybe 6 feet above my head.
But
that did happen today.
Well, no owls here, but we did get some good bat footage last night, and we got some really good seabird footage to compare stuff with.
And did the bats look like bats?
They absolutely acted like bats, and I'm assuming when we look at them on, the full monitor, yeah, they're going to look like bats.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Ex-Russian President Dmitry Medvedev, or I never can pronounce this. Yeah, Medvedev. Thought the mic was off and confirmed. Yeah, that's old news.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. Yeah, that happened. I remember when that happened.
I think we're all in agreement at this point that there's something here.
Yeah.
It's just, where's it from?
And what is it?
Why? And what is it? Yeah. I think, the government, here's where we are, guys. This is how it's been too. When we started doing this stuff and following our data and whatnot, we told you, how these steps would go forward. And they kind of have. They've done almost exactly the playbook. But we've always been one step ahead. So you guys have always been like, oh, yeah, this is where we are. And about, a year later, the government comes up to where you are.
Yeah.
And then by that time, we've already moved ahead to the next hard question. You know, like when we started this, it was like they're talking about UFOs, like, oh, UFOs are real. And we were like, well, if UFOs are real, that means we got to talk about the people or the things or whatever's driving the UFOs or behind the whole phenomenon. And sure enough, that's what we are right now. So before they start admitting that that part is real, which they will, now the next hard thing is to come to the conclusion of, like you just said, the who's, the whys, and the what's. Yeah. And that's where we will be probably next year. So, you know, you're ahead of it right now, but that's pretty much where we're going to be going with it after this. Yeah. But we can't get to those questions. So people don't understand. They get frustrated. You can't get to those questions until someone answers the other questions in order. See, it's almost like
you also have to have the acknowledgement at large that there's something there.
Right.
That has to come first. Currently, we've got the acknowledgement that something's there from select groups of people.
Right.
We have to have the at-large acknowledgement first.
Yeah.
Then we can go into some of the other questions.
It's a linear progression, though. You can't say, you know, A and then jump straight to C or D. You've got to have B first. So you've got to acknowledge A, move on to B, so forth and so on. And it takes, you know, it's taking time to get there. And judging by some of the posts that I've seen out there, man, I don't even know if we're ready. I'll be 100% with you.
No. Agreed. Right? If you start calculating what's out there and you start multiplying dimensions and frequency and what if time is not linear, dude, you're looking at potentially uncountable days. No, you really are. Yeah. Especially when you start layering in the dimensional aspect. I mean, without even looking at the ET possibilities.
Right.
You know, you've got Lord knows how many different dimensions, right?
Oh, yeah. There's theoretical, you know, up to like 30 some at this point. I mean, and beyond, honestly. Depends on which model you're using. So, yeah, it's madness.
Yeah, and then you go to that dimension and ask them, how many dimensions are there? And they're like, oh, there's like 352 that we're aware of.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. So, you know, this is kind of the world we live in at this point, and we're just trying to, you know, stay on top of all this. We do know that those hearings are coming up.
Yep, September 6th.
Is that when it is? The 6th?
Yep.
It is? Okay. And it was the 6th or 9th. I couldn't remember which one. So we're going to be watching that. We might have to do a special. I don't know yet, so stay tuned for that. We might, depend on what happens during that hearing, because we're going to.
If it's a big snore fest, then we won't. We'll just cover it here.
Yeah, exactly. But if there's something real that's, you know, brought up there, there may be a special. We may have to do a special.
Juliana says, keeping consciousness constructively thinking and growing together. That might be what gets us some answers more than any questions. It could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It would also help if, you know, we had positive confirmation, you know, to solidify it. Because let's face it. We have so many people who will fight and argue about religion. And those same people and the religious fight and argue consciousness.
Yeah, it's weird.
So you've got a very small niche of people that are in that equation. Mm-hmm. Heck, we are the phenomena looking for the phenomena. You got to admit, humans are wild and weird. That's true.
Yep.
Hey,
true.
Beth, what's going on?
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And I think that's one of the hardest things that we've got to really deal with. I mean, I've talked to so many people at this point, and they're all experiencing something. But the problem is either they're told that it's nothing, or they're told that it's this, or it's a that, and it's negative, or, you know, it's never them who say, well, I think it's this. It's based upon what someone else tells them. Yep. I think that's one of the worst problems that you can have. You can look at that data, but to run with it, you know, you have to remember you're being manipulated, sometimes by multiple things.
Juliana said there's definitely a lot more out there that we don't see than what we can see. That is for sure. Absolutely. And we make sure to show that graph every time we're given the chance with a big screen.
Was it 70 some percent, right?
No, we only see 0.3.
Oh, no. I meant in our research. The big pie chart.
No, yeah. The unseen pie chart piece. Yeah, it's like over 70%.
Yeah, it was over 70%. Versus the scene that we recorded and documented for a year straight.
What's going on out there, Tommy? Good to see you, man.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Hello, crew.
Probably many dimensions and plenty of places under the ocean that aliens have been there a long time. Oh, I'd agree.
Yeah. I think the ocean is the final frontier, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I think that that's where the answers lie. I think that that's why we were kind of kept away from it for so long and diverted. Someone had said it earlier. They keep us looking up. Well, that's true, probably.
Yep.
If you really look back at some of the earliest accounts, they were ocean. It was ocean, right? I mean, you've got the logs from the ship's logs from the captains who said the same thing.
Balls of light coming up out of the ocean and going back in.
Light. Yeah. Even Columbus reported strange lights, as I remember.
Washington reported them coming out of the river.
Same thing. Yeah, yeah. And we even talked about that. There was, one of the first colonies. Yeah. One of the first colonies. It basically, it's a straight up orb that's moving, through the, out of the water and up the waterway. And there may have been even the very first abduction case as far as being recorded in American history. I mean, it's all water centered. We've talked about this. We talked about this all the way back in UFO, on a trail of UFOs, dark sky.
We did.
We talked about that. The waterways seem to be the keys to this. Now, whether those be large bodies of water, small bodies of water, these things occur near water. We don't know why, but almost all of these major things have occurred near water. Look at Point Pleasant. Look at the 66 gap right there, where all these UFO sightings were happening, all these other things were happening right in that little area, that where the waters mingle, that little gap of an area right there where everything just kind of comes together on the waterway. That's wwhere it all starts.
Where the Kanawha and the Ohio meet.
Right. So why is that? That's what you have to really look at. And we have too many other people who are just staring at the skies, they're staring at, comets. They're looking at these other things, whereas almost everything that we've caught has been near or over a waterway.
Yeah.
Almost everything. True. Aside from the stuff at Wineberry.
Yeah, and the stuff that we got out of the farm.
Right. Right. Those are the only landlocks.
Yeah.
As far as we know. I mean, there might be a lake back in there. I don't know.
Well, there's the spring there at Wineberry, and then there's several trout ponds, or not trout ponds.
I'm thinking, ponds. Yeah, but I'm thinking you need
it's got to be a big body of water.
Yeah, it's got to be a connecting body of water, I think. I mean, it may just be a complete coincidence, but I don't really believe in those anymore.
Yeah. Spookfest says so many UFO coming and going from different mountains, it seems like they're not supposed to go to the South Pole or North.
Definitely a lot around the globe. Yeah, there's a lot around the globe.
Yep, this isn't a U.S. exclusive thing. This phenomena is observed all around the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when we get the chance, we're heading back out to an area where we had some activity, and we're going to conduct more experiments similar to the way we did in Wineberry recently. And we're going to document that stuff. Now, we will likely conduct an experiment similar to what we did at Wineberry.
Yeah.
By having a control to conduct an experiment with us.
Mm-hmm.
Repeatability. We'll just say that and leave you guys, waiting to see.
Yeah, we Well, I mean, that's important. You got to have repeatability. And, if we can repeat the experiment and we get the same results, that's going to speak volumes.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Oh, 100%. All right. Now, in the world of sightings, Ron, did you see the Gallipolis video that Linda had?
Yeah, sure did. Ashley is the one who sent that to me, notified me about that before anybody. And I'm like, well, what in the world? And the closer I look at it, it looks like a Mylar balloon. It looks like a Mylar number 1. And if it is, it's anchored. That's the weird part. I don't know what that is, and I can't tell from here.
I mean, you're talking to be anchored. You're looking at something that's going to have thousands of about 1,000 feet of string.
Yeah, well, it's either that or it's going to have a perfectly balanced counterweight on it that let it go up just high enough to where it looks like it's kind of floating there. But I don't know.
But you don't have any of this.
No, you've got this.
Right.
And that's where you can kind of see it. At one point, it kind of looks like it's got a little crook at the top. So look at it. I mean, I can see it from here, but I don't have the big computer. That's why I said, unfortunately, I don't have the analytical tools with me down here to do that. And I wish I did, but just looking at it, blowing it up, on the phone and whatnot, it kind of looks to me like a Mylar number 1. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying that if you want to play the Occam's razor game, easiest way to call it a Mylar balloon. I don't know that's what it is though. Right. I need more info. And furthermore, there's an incident in there where you're watching it and it looks like they zoomed in and it looks like there's a debris cloud there for a second. And then it focuses from it. What is that?
See, I didn't see a debris cloud when I looked at it, but I was watching it on my computer here. It was like a blown out pixel because it looked like a hexagon, and then it focused in because it just the camera couldn't get it because of the glare coming off from the sun. Because this was a daytime video.
Yeah,
it was reflecting light. So Mylar does reflect light really well. That's why we use it to create those cells.
But so does so does metallic surfaces. I mean, we don't know what it was, and even if I get in there and have a better look at it, I'm probably still going to be, 70% Mylar balloon and the rest unknown because I really don't know. There's a lot of questions I have for that one.
Well, it's not like there's a shortage of places to buy Mylar balloons around Gallipolis either.
True. Yeah, true.
You got a couple grocery stores. There's a Walmart. There's Rural King. There's a few pharmacies. So,
yeah. Well, they work.
Tommy says Power Band and I went out for a night to watch last Saturday night. Ended up seeing low flying orange anomalous lights that reacted to the flashlight. I spotted some very nice white orbs. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Trackway says, I'd never dream of leaving the state with at least 25 pounds of lithium batteries and 21 thermals.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, it's true. It's true. And that's the funny thing. It's like, I'm going on vacation, but you know what? I got to take some equipment. So it's just kind of what we do because the data is everywhere. It's not just in one spot, it's out there. You got to chase it.
And the more you collect in various regions, the better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mick West says your Mylar balloon is a golf cart. I would believe that.
That's a winner right there, Tony. That's a winner.
Was it Mick? Who was it that I corrected about the Mylar balloon UFO thing? It wasn't Mick West. It was somebody that was on the show.
No, that was years ago. It was one of the UFO Twitter people back in the day.
Yeah, one of the experts.
Yeah. The experts don't care for us.
Yeah,
But
the experts don't care for people who speak with experience.
well, they don't care for anyone who doesn't go out in the field, I think, and actually get away from a computer and sit in
I agree.
a basement. Yeah, because that's literally what they do. They sit in a corner on a basement somewhere and type up what they think everything is. I'll hand this to Mick West. At least he does go out and touch the dirt sometimes.
Right.
So I'll give him that.
Oh man. Good stuff. So let's see. We got 50 more minutes to roll. What do you guys? What have y'all seen here recently that has caught your attention that you might want to bring up?
Hey, look here, we got Spookfest has got the story.
Yeah, talking about the UFO with his sister up and they saw the reflection on the lake. Did you ever do a video about that Spookfest? I remember you mentioning that you were going to put it up last year at some point. I can't remember if I watched it or not.
I don't know, but we are going to be doing a with this new series. There's an episode that I want to do, and it really is going to focus on the phenomena, particularly on the contact phenomena, abduction, call it what you want. And if anyone really wants to come forward with their tale of that and go and document, this is what it would be on. If you're okay with that, reach out to us, let us know. We don't even have to show your face, to be honest. We can silhouette you, do the old, unsolved mysteries thing. I can even change your voice. I don't care. The idea is just to get the story out and to let others hear how similar it may be to their own and to give them a little bit of hope, because so many people, that's how they learn about it.
So Skinny Bob is making circles again.
Oh no, not again.
Yep, I saw it on Reddit the other day, and Matt has seen it as well.
Oh man,
what's up with the alleged 4chan pic of the alien everyone said was scrubbed years ago, popping up everywhere the last few days on subreddits? Why now? It's all fake AI crap. This actually wasn't fake AI crap. It was CGI.
No. Yeah, it was when we actually had to do things the hard way. Is when Skinny Bob popped up. It was very good. Is what it was. Yeah. And we still don't know who created it, and I think that's kind of interesting to me.
And honestly, the reason that it took off the way that it did, we'll talk about it right now. When that video first came out, the majority of people did not have flat screen LCD computer screens. A lot of places were still using CRTs, or they were using the old square LCDs that weren't high resolution. They were 720 at best, right? And the CGI that was used to generate Skinny Bob and the resolution at which that video was rendered was extremely grainy on purpose, because it was to play to the lower grade resolution of CRTs and flat screen, the old style flat monitors that were being manufactured at the time. If you watch that video on one of those, it looks freaking real. It is so hard to tell the difference. But if you watch it on a modern screen that has, the extremely high resolution, very, very fast refresh rates, you are going to see inconsistencies in it that were hidden by the lower quality screens. Quite frankly, that's why it looked the way it does. And then when you look at it in modern day using your 4K screens on your phones and your high resolution TVs and monitors for computers, you can see how it looks like, oh, this looks actually really bad.
Oh, it's pretty bad. Multiple blessings, Scott.
Thanks, brother. We appreciate you.
Yep. Way I see it, that $20 right there, I'll probably pay for one bolt on the bulkhead.
There you go. Tony says, we don't know who created it, but there's a website that absolutely dissects the number of assets used to make it.
Right, right. No, Matt, it's coming back around because all these people, think about where we're at right now. We've got the 3-eye Atlas people, alien invasion people. It's hot. It's a hot topic right now. So why not dig up something like Skinny Bob or who's the other? J-Rod. Y'all remember J-Rod, right? J-Rod's one of my favorite ones, by the way. If you want to get into the whole fake alien conspiracy stuff, then J-Rod is the most creative hoax that I think that was ever done.
So the you've got the alien cases that we know about. You got J-Rod, Skinny Bob, then Eben 1 and Eben 2.
Oh yeah. Don't forget the alien autopsy, y'all.
Alien autopsy. And here's the issue that the biggest issue I have with the whole Eben stories is who they come from.
Yeah.
They come from one of the greatest, worst, like ethically, disinformation artists.
Yeah.
Mr. Doty.
Yeah.
And he was a disinformation artist, allegedly turned ufologist.
Right.
Because of all of the bad he did. He feels as if he's trying to have some kind of a penance for it now. I don't know how much I buy it.
Right.
Don't forget Freddie and Dr. Jonathan Reed. Octo, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man.
Hey,
we missed you.
Welcome back. Lots of things have changed since you've been away.
5G went down. All the birds were replaced by loading symbols.
Well,
yeah, Linda Moulton Howe had allegedly some stuff on the Edens too.
I don't know. I think that there's, how I feel about it, the lie sandwich. I think that we've all been fed it. I think that there's truth there, and I think it's mixed in between these legends and outright hoaxes, and it's disinformation. And some of these came from disinformation specialists. They knew what they were doing. They wanted you to believe a lie.
Yeah.
So the best way to make you believe the lie was to put a little bit of the truth in there. And that's exactly what has happened at this point, I think.
Now, Matt's bringing up Valiant Thor, which happens to be one of my favorite stories. And it's because that Valiant Thor didn't look out of place. He looked like one of us.
And Tommy needs a SKU number for my hat. Okay. I'll find that for you, buddy.
Valiant Thor didn't look like the little gray. Valiant Thor looked like one of us. Similar to Indrid Cold, like Matt was mentioning here. Indrid Cold also looked very human. And what do you make of those? What do you say? How do we approach some of those? The Valiant Thor story, I find it extremely interesting. It's also probably a whole lot of disinformation, but it's still one of my favorite stories.
Octo, that is priceless. Classic Beastie Boys right here. I don't know if you saw that.
I can't stand it. I know I planned it.
Straight disclosure gate.
There you go.
That's great, man. That's great.
Nice. Enzo, a lot of the aliens back in the 50s looked like humans. Right, they did.
They did.
60s, and then some of 70s, and then after the 70s, it started getting like mantises and bugs, and squid people, and then the grays.
So we have to ask ourselves why. Why is that? And we've done this before. We've asked the question, and I still can't find an answer. The only answer I can come up with is that either A, there's multiple sets that are here, right? Multiple types.
Good.
Or it's all perception. Which one is it? I don't know.
Well, if we look into the ancient texts, you have a lot of deitic beings that are explained with having the appearance of the biblically accurate angel, and then the same entities showing up that look like people.
Right.
And they're taking on the appearance of man. You have the same exact thing happening in Hindu. You have the same thing happening in what was the I can't remember what the Chinese religion was, but it wasn't Buddhism. I think it might. Anyway, a lot of the Eastern religions had these extremely spiritual entities, extra dimensional, we'll call them, that could show up, and they would be in their true form, where they would immediately say, "Do not be afraid, because I look like this and not like you." And then they would show up looking like us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, true form, not true form. Which one's less scary? Why all of a sudden are we showing up like grays?
The pancake story with the buckwheat pancakes.
A gray is a little bit more scary than, an Indrid Cold type being, especially a real Indrid Cold type being, not the pop culture version. The pop culture version is completely terrifying, but that's pop culture and not accurate.
Yeah. Very well could be. But yeah, Valiant Thor is still to this day one of my favorite stories. It's very intriguing, and there's a lot of layers to it, more than just what you read on the surface. And depending on some of those layers, it's a complete and total hoax.
Right.
And on some of the others, you're like, oh man, this could have actually happened.
Right. And I think that's your problem, because there are elements of truth in all of that. Yeah. And then, the idea is to paint it in complete lunacy to where no one takes it serious. It's worked for over 80 years. And now we're to a point where we kind of need to take it serious. And that's why you've got these giggles out there with the tinfoil hats. I was so happy when Jeremy did that. That made me so happy to hear him literally just go into her and say, look, you are the problem. You are the problem. If you are the ones who are making fun of this, if you are the ones who are making fun of people who've had experiences that you have no idea about, that you can't even possibly understand, yet you're going to sit there and tell them what they saw, you are the problem. And that's where the media is. It is the problem. Yeah. That's why we need people to come forward and tell these stories, and to be able to do it in such a way that it does validate others' stories and others' accounts. And that's what we are doing, by the way.
It is. That is the goal. So Trackway says, Mom just saw on the porch what I saw the other night. I'm not a fan of this. That is very strange, man. Keep documenting it.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Then we have photos of Thor. Yes, we do. He says he's very likely a Nordic. Could be.
Whatever that is.
Right. Message received. Stated. Smash the like button. Get him, Vincent. Tell him.
Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. Yeah, please do. Hit the like button. Oh, you guys did a really good job there on the I think it was last episode. One of the episodes, man, there was a ton of comments, and that really played into it. That got a lot of, it helped it a lot. So yeah, anytime you can leave those comments, by all means, leave those comments. ask questions, interact, kind of like you do here.
Yes, Octo. There were some Robo aliens too. The Flatwoods Monster, the Pascagoula aliens, the aliens that were involved in the Hopkinsville Goblin story.
Yeah,
very robotic,
very mechanical.
I was watching Professor Simon. He was talking about SETI and why they don't reveal their findings on extraterrestrial planets and how they don't know what there is more than one planet that has life.
Right. They're very biased people, by the way.
In the 1800s, they talked about the crews coming and speaking with them and being friendly. They did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And they had airships back then, as you recall. And that's another part of this whole thing that Matt just brought up. You know, the 1800 airship wave. You know, a lot of people were like, well, that was just, you know, because it follows the technology of the time.
Yeah, they're using the lexicon that they have available to them.
They're using the mask that best fits at the right time, period. That's what they are doing.
Well, I mean,
think about
it. The drawings of those things don't particularly look like airships, though.
Well, think about it.
Like they look like what we describe and see now, but like they just didn't have words to explain it.
No, some of those 1800 ships look like dirigibles, but they had strange lights which weren't invented yet. Right. They had, basically a gondola underneath where these beings were standing and watching the people on the ground, or they would get out, you know, and disembark and have conversations and then get back on their airship and take off. These were presented in a way that people could understand them at the time. There used to be a theory called cultural tracking, and that's what it was talking about. These things always appear within the reasonable technological framework of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, look at the Tic Tac. It's out there, but given enough time, we can understand that. Drones. We jumped right to that conclusion, by the way. Drones. So we have to look at it that way as well, you know, and drones is a great example because look at this. As soon as everyone knew what drones were, every UFO suddenly turned into a drone, didn't it?
Yep. Uh-huh.
But before that, no one knew what a drone was.
All right. Now, Enzo says a Valiant Thor say that he was from Venus. Yes, he did. Then Matt says, I wrote a script for a video on the Aurora incident. I spent weeks reading about this stuff. Yeah, I remember when we did the history of UFOs, man.
Oh, the Aurora.
Yeah, the Aurora. Matt says there was a judge that said he saw what looked like a saucer, too, the night before the alleged Aurora craft. And that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a great one. Clipped the tower, the windmill.
Clipped the windmill that was on his farm and crashed into his lilies.
What's amazing about that story
flower bed
is that no one really cared. And when people did start caring, then weird stuff happened. You know, the gravestone disappeared. You know, they were investigating, and you got a ping with a metal detector, came back the next day, and there's a hole dug in the area, and now there's no ping, like something was taken from the grave. Absolutely an amazing story, really.
Enzo's having YouTube issues. It keeps crashing on him.
Oh,
JB, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. The vocabulary used was what was available at the time.
That's right.
Using the lexicon that they had available to them.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to make a lot of people mad with my Aurora video. I can't wait to watch it. That sounds fun. I'm already intrigued. Oh, man. Oh, geez, man. I'll tell you what, this whole new school sleep schedule thing is kicking my rear.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. The kids are already getting in bed now. Like, so they're probably already asleep.
Matt, that is good. I remember the first time I ever heard about the Aurora case, and that was actually, man, ages ago. It was on a show called hang on, this is in the Wayback Machine. Was it Real People? I think, yeah, it was Real People, I believe was the name. And they did like this little, it was a news, like an entertainment news type kind of thing, like a Ripley's Believe It or Not mixed with, news stories. And they talked to a old guy who swore that he knew, where this was. But as I recall, he was drunk. And they were that's how it literally ended. It was like, the truth might lie with this guy who's basically a drunk. He wouldn't, they couldn't get him to say anything. He was slurring his words and stuff. But they had a little bit of the story. And that was before MUFON ever really got interested into actually going in there and doing the investigation. That would come years later.
Enzo says a lot of those airship sightings did sound like some kind of Jules Verne style contraption, but some did sound like modern UFO sightings. Yep, they did. You had like the balls of light and some other stuff. Matt says I have too many unanswered questions with this case. One issue is why they didn't test the water from the farm where it happened to check for radiation. They didn't know.
No, they did not. And they also, I mean, you probably know that, but they took the metal and pretty much put it into a big ravine, from what I understand. Yeah, and just buried the whole friggin' thing. So why has nobody ever went out and tried to find that? I don't know.
And if it is related in any way to some of the residual radiation we have captured, this doesn't play ball like normal radiation.
Yeah.
The whole half-life thing, it doesn't make sense because we had strata that we removed from an area in a plaster cast that maintained radiation from the site for like 8-9 hours after the fact.
Well, he said
the next day there was nothing.
He's saying no one's tested the water to this day that he's aware of.
Well, what I'm saying though is that if it's the same kind of residual radiation, it wouldn't matter. It would subside and be gone.
Right.
Because you're talking their radiation, what they're using, if this is a power source, it's not the same kind of power that we use that's producing radiation. It can't be. No. Otherwise, there would be so many problems with their physiology.
Well, there'd be so many problems with our physiology.
Right. There exactly would be. There 100% would be problems with our physiology. You're right. But this radiation, it is detectable. It is detectable ionizing radiation, but it fades. And it fades over a very short amount of time, not thousands of years.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Enzo says there were some parts dumped down a well too. Supposedly the water from the well made people sick. Why would you put something like that in your water supply?
Curiously enough, that actually ends up being a Star Trek Next Generation episode. That actually happens.
It did. You're right.
And Data is the one who remembers how to fix the whole thing. And that's how I found it. It was the well was radiated. It was given by radiation poison, as I remember. It's the same exact story. And I always wondered if they
they pulled inspiration.
Yeah, if they pulled inspiration from that, because that it was so similar.
Maybe it was made of the mystery metal that disintegrates. I wonder what kind of radiation signature, if any, that would leave.
Don't you though? Well, apparently, if we know where to go get this stuff, it's everywhere.
Right.
I'm hoping I picked some up.
300 billion particles.
I'm hoping I picked some up while I was down here. Gonna make necklaces.
Because there's people in the 70s that lived there that had growths they said were from the radiation in the water. Jim Mars was big on that story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a big story, like I said, for a while there.
Like, it's unique because they were given burial rights.
Yeah, that was interesting. Given burial rights to an alien.
That in itself is very bizarre, but it also tells you maybe how similar they looked to human.
Exactly. I mean,
they were off enough to know that they weren't. but close enough to think that maybe this will be good for them.
Yeah. So where are we at with the whole thing at this point? You know, as far as the radiation stuff goes. I'm curious with it because we've now seen it in so many different places. I don't really know what to think about it, and I know we've talked to other people; they don't either. But it never goes above a certain threshold. Now that's just strange. Like you're seeing
At
that.
least we haven't recorded it going above a certain threshold.
Right. We've never seen it go above that, right? So we've never seen it go above that.
Right.
But we always see it after.
Right. Right. We're recording it after or during at a distance, a very large distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Exactly. So, you know, at ground zero, what is the radiation? There's a question.
Yeah.
And I don't know of any real way to get the answer to that other than what we theorized was happening back in February and March with all those drones.
And outside of theoretical science, is there really such a thing as clean nuclear energy?
Right.
Like truly clean.
Right. And there really could be. It just doesn't work the way we think it does.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Because that's something I've thought about quite a bit. I mean, and I don't think about it because I'm like, oh, I'm super interested in this. I think about it because I've been exposed to this a lot. Yeah. And these are questions that go through my mind when I'm laying in bed at night. Like, well, I don't have a third head growing yet.
Right.
And I keep the second one that's on my belly hidden underneath a shirt.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know? But
no, you're right.
You know, it does make me wonder because are we looking at Gary Nolan's research? You know, you got to ask the question. There are people who have had, now we haven't had the kind of walk up and touch it experience like some of these other folks who have had very, very much not good things happen.
Right. I've talked to people who have done that and very much not good things do happen. That's why I always tell people don't chase the orbs, right? That comes from a real place.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Matt says, what Geiger counter brand do you use? We use the GQ Electronics brand.
Yeah, we got a 300 and a 500 plus.
Yep.
They're very accurate. So
very, very accurate.
Although if you're Larry, they're not. And we don't know why.
Well, it's the sensor.
No, it's Larry.
It's totally Larry.
Yeah. It's totally Larry.
Vincent says I use the canary method.
Oh gosh.
I'm looking at ordering an 800 for them, so that sounds good to know. The 800 is cool, but like the 500S is probably my favorite. And they actually suggested, because I've spoke with the owners of the company a few times. They think that for what we're doing, we're using the best ones that they have to offer. They actually recommended the 300S and the 500S. Now I have a 300, and but they said either the 3 or the 5S work great. And then the what was the new one they came out with? It was like the digital one, the little stick.
I don't know which one that was. I'm not sure.
We'll gonna look it up real quick because I'm curious.
Donna, before the surgeon removed it, according to radiologists who did the bone scan, this thing they took out of my leg was radioactive. Really? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Now that's a story.
The 800 is nice, but I mean, if you're gonna be, if you're gonna do that at that price range, the 320, the 300S, or the 500S would be where I would personally go. Matt, I'm trying to find it's the one that Adam has, Ron.
Oh, I can't remember what that's called. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's that new company. Yeah, they're extremely sensitive. And, yeah, I can't remember what that thing's called though. It's almost too sensitive. I mean,
it is almost too sensitive. I agree.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's really neat because it actually does logging and GPS and a few other neat tricks.
Tony says, I just watched to see if a hot dog cooks over Joe.
Well, we're going to do that. We're probably going to send him out in the field with the Oscar Mayer on his backpack from this point on, just to test some things.
Speaking of canaries, I've been wondering, the folks at Skinwalker Ranch have noticed any of the local bird traffic transition across the dome area. If yes, they could test it with some falconry folks. They could.
Yeah.
We can run that idea by Eric and
they could.
And them at CryptidCon. Sorry to derail things. You guys are a plethora of knowledge on this stuff. We know enough to be dangerous, man. Yeah. But you're never derailing things on this show. This show is for you guys, and we don't mind on the live to get a little rabbit trailed. R. Byron 7, have you all heard of this new Bigfoot analysis book? I have not.
No. What is it? What's it about? That's it, Enzo. Radicode 103. That's the Radicode.
The Radicode 103.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It messes with drones. Just wondering if birds avoided the boundary.
It's a good question.
Talking about the dome.
Yeah, it's a really good question, actually.
Yes, it is fancy and expensive, Matt. You're exactly right.
Yeah, it is.
Kuzanar, researching down rabbit holes or insomnia? Which came first?
Yeah, I mean, I ask myself that question sometimes. So, yeah.
This Trackway says a sponsorship opportunity, Wild and Weird, West Virginia, sponsored by Oscar Mayer.
I wouldn't oppose it.
I wouldn't either.
No.
I love Smokies, man.
Right.
Those are the best hot dogs on the planet.
Right. Exactly. So, the next meeting could be sponsored by Oscar Mayer if they wanted to do something. I don't know.
All you got to do is reach out, guys.
It's got to let us know.
Oscar Mayer, I will freely give you the yellow slaw recipe.
Oh, boy.
A simple sponsorship deal.
There you go. Do better than that.
Oh, man.
Can't get any better than that one.
Right?
No.
The radiation, because this is something we deal with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's extremely important that you guys who do this kind of research do protect yourselves.
You're a poster child for Radaway.
I know, right? That's what I need to do. Ron needs to make me into a Radway poster.
Oh man, that's just sad. It's sad but true.
Bonus points if they delivered in the Wienermobile. Absolutely. Joe, that is blasphemy. Giving away the yellow slaw. Oh man.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
That's right.
We're trying to get that aircraft carrier. We're desperate.
Uh-huh. Oh man. So with the radiation, it is imperative that you guys do monitor some of this stuff. You know, it's cool going out and looking at the sky and look, I saw that. Look, I saw that. But there are scientific devices that can help you back up your sighting.
Yep.
What you saw. You might not always record it, but if you do, you have hard data to corroborate what you saw. And so in that protection budget that you should invest in, I would recommend a really good tri-field meter and a good dosimeter from GQ.
Yeah, 100% on that dosimeter. That should be probably your first piece of equipment. I used to think, tri-field, EMF, something like that. No, a Geiger counter is your first piece of equipment. After that, you go to whatever you want. That one actually has the ability to get you out of a situation that you may not want to be in, that you don't know that you've been exposed to. How many of our friends who are investigators we heard stories of where they just get these pounding headaches? They assume that it's some kind of energy that they're interpreting, right? So they get these massive headaches or they get sick. Well, what if that's not that kind of energy? What if that is radiation? And, this has happened in several of the investigations that we've been on where
two for me.
Yeah, the ITC sessions have resulted in elevated radiation, not because we asked it, but because it just happens.
Well, I was talking about the migraines.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
We've been at two investigations where I've afterwards had migraines.
Right.
Now, Byron 7. So I've been watching some cryptid videos and how people approach trying to look for them, but I've seen many issues. A lot of people don't take the logical approach to it. They don't hunt, so to speak. Sorry for derailing. No, you're not derailing. Like, we don't take the logical approach either. It says, and by hunt, I mean, they don't treat these cryptids like animals or anything. We don't hunt for them either. I don't know how familiar you are with our work, but we were the 2022 Bigfoot Researchers of the Year for the Bigfoot Forums. We've done quite a bit. We've been featured on a lot of Bigfoot stuff. And that might be how you found ours. So we don't necessarily go out and hunt. Now, I do, when we find tracks, we will track it, because that is what we do. But we're not going to go out. We don't usually do a provocative type search for Bigfoot. We will find an area that has been having sightings, and we will go visit that area, and we will look for trace evidence based off of what a flesh and blood creature would be able to do and movements. So,
in other words, we go sit down and shut up.
Right. And we try to draw something to us. It's more like turkey hunting than it is deer hunting and stalk hunting or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're new to this. Hey, no, you're in a good place to be new at this.
Yeah.
We can help you out a lot when
you are talking about tracking. Okay. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about tracking.
Okay. Yeah, we will track, and the farthest that I've personally tracked one of these things in the woods was we lost it after just a little under a mile. Now, these aren't tracks that you're going to be able to cast or do anything with, okay? But this is just, you can tell where the movements were. You can tell where the forest floor was disturbed and what direction this thing was moving by tracking. Now, we do have if you want to go back and watch the original Wineberry video that we have here, highly suggest that if you're interested in Bigfoot stuff. It's going to be in the investigations subcategory here on our YouTube channel. It was a fantastic expedition, and then we have been going back there for years now. That took place in 2020. We recovered one of the largest tracks in that area that we have recovered anywhere, and it's just a fantastic view of what Bigfoot research is really like. And we even show you how to identify tracks that aren't Bigfoot related that people commonly confuse with Bigfoot.
This is for Matt. Just wanted to bring it up there and let him see it. That's the one we use. There you go. So that's the 500 there. And it's pretty easy to use. There's, it's a basic readout, which you can change that to a lot of stuff too. We've got this one set up to the graph, which is nice because it actually records your spikes, and you can see the highs and lows. So that's the one you see in a lot of the videos. Joe getting irradiated, he's holding this one. So yeah, that's.
And then for your tri-field meter, we highly recommend the tri-field brand.
It's right here.
F2.
That's it. And it's reading,
the
computer right now. So, so you can get a little close to the computer. You can hear it going nuts. But this is a good one. This is the one we use. It's one I recommend. It's very sensitive, and it picks up microwave radiation very well. Now, GQ also makes a really cool tri-field. It's the EMF 390, which is really cool. This thing does some good stuff too. It's got a lot of bells and whistles in it, and it'll actually do a little bit of spectrum analyzing down here for you. So if it can catch certain signals that it knows, like Wi-Fi signals, things like that, and help you rule that out really quick, because it'll show you right there, because you can actually see the Wi-Fi signal. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Yeah, it's white. It's
blowing out. Yeah, it's blowing out. But there's actually a little levels here that it's showing. It's got your microwave down here. It's got your EMF over here, and it's also got where you can set the limits, so you can make an alarm actually, which is really nice. So we know that when we're in an area and we're looking for something, we're typically going to hit something like 0.4 milligauss, something like that, maybe 0.5. That's going to be normal. Now, if we hit something like 1, 2 milligauss, we're going to start looking for whatever's causing that, because there's something causing that, right? And if there isn't anything that's mechanical causing that, then we've got a real issue. We've got to figure out where that is coming from. So you can actually, instead of just be walking along and happen to look down and oh, there's that 1 or 2, you can set this thing up, say, to go off at 1. So it'll actually beep and start beeping and give you an audible alarm, which is very nice.
So speaking of the audible alarm, Enzo used that same model to find the wireless webcams in a famous haunted house. They admitted to it and had good reason for it. People do weird stuff in there.
Yep.
Off topic. Will there be bacon, stars, squares, pluses, and circles? Not tonight.
Not tonight, but there will be in your future. Yes. With we've already got our minimum for the order, so we're going to make that happen soon. And you guys are going to be, I think you're going to be happy. I think you'll be very happy.
Byron 7 says it's awesome. A buddy and I want to go tracking for some cryptids. I feel like it's really awesome. It is a very awesome hobby. It's also kind of expensive, so brace yourself for that. If you want, like when you start looking at equipment, it can freak you out. You don't need equipment for most of it.
You really don't. I mean,
set of eyes and a decent audio recorder.
Yeah, I mean, I think the coolest thing we got that really gave us the most data as far as equipment after we had some of the main stuff was when we got the thermal. The thermal opened up the doors to a whole unseen world. And, that's literally, and we were some of the first to really start looking for this kind of stuff, to be honest with you, with that kind of equipment, and to get out there and show it. Hellbent Holler was doing it. We were doing it. I don't know very many that were doing it, to be honest with you.
But, we look at a whole lot more. We look at Bigfoot and everything beyond that. Now, I will give you this word of advice as well. A lot of cryptids are made up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lot of cryptids are also more involved with the UFO phenomena than with the undiscovered animal phenomena. So just go and take this in stride. In my opinion, only true cryptid that could possibly exist is the large black cats and Sasquatch. The other cryptids really have way too much mystical abilities to be real.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Because
I'm not saying that people aren't experiencing something bizarre and unusual.
Nope.
But I don't think they're cryptids.
Subject A and subject B, right?
Yep.
That's why we did that.
So keep that in mind as you're going. Data. Jordan gets it right. Follow the data, only the data, not what you feel or what you think. Follow the data.
Yep.
Matt says, or they're just misidentifications, which is a large majority. You're right.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And we know that to be a fact.
Oh, wow. Talking about large black cats. Apparently one attacked a horse, but I can't find out who owned it.
Wow.
That's wild. If you can find them, that would be a really good conversation.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, we have a spreadsheet. We can share that when Ron gets home. It's on his computer. We turned it into a pie chart just so it's visible.
Yeah. But you want to definitely keep logs. You want to write down everything. That's very important. And then collate it all together at some point. And, the idea is to eventually get it to where people can share that and look at it and cross-reference it.
Exactly. Peer review.
Absolutely.
Work with people around you. Trust no one.
Yeah, exactly. Peer review is probably the best, and we get a lot of people who do that. We have a lot of people who send us our stuff to look at and, pass it back and forth and want to know what we think about it. That's important. That's what you should do. And then we get the people who just immediately see a light in the sky and post it on Facebook. That's not what you do. That's not what you do. And I'm happy to say that the people who are here, they don't do that. I've had multiple conversations with individuals who will, hey, what do you think this is? Before they ever put anything up on, social media. And that's what we kind of need to do.
And our Byron, something that you can look forward to if you stick around with us and hang out is that we host get-togethers quarterly where the collective, our research division, all gathers in one location. We share data, we share ideas, we share all of these different techniques and equipment and encounters with each other and all of our research data. So if you're able to make it to Charleston, West Virginia, to one of these quarterly meetings, you are more than welcome. They're free and food's provided and it's a good time.
It is a good time.
Yeah. LR said, we share food too.
Yeah, exactly.
we eat really good at these meetings. Everybody brings something. I'm also a classically trained chef, and so I prepare dinner for everyone. It's a good time. The next meeting is going to be in October. We haven't announced the date yet. We're still nailing that down, but it will be probably next week. We're going to announce it. We're hoping to announce it next week and get that out to you. And you're planning on coming to Mothman, or we're speaking at the Mothman Festival.
That works.
That works out. So just come out and hang out at our booth.
NWA, Noir. You're here. Hey.
NW Hall, what's up? Yeah, come hang out with us at Mothman Festival, man. You'll have a good time. We'll sit and talk. You can hang out all you want, man. Discovery Channel investigation tricks. Cliffhanger. Excitement before ads. After turns out BS. That's right. That right there is the secret sauce.
It really is, isn't it? Except for ours didn't turn out to be BS.
Yeah, I know, right? Go if you want to see something cool, Byron, go check out Paranormal Horizons over on Small Town Monsters YouTube. That was the show that we produced for them, and it was a good time. We had some really wild experiences on that show. So,
Jen, those missing name tags have never showed up, and here's the kicker. I went back and looked at the actual material where they were cut from. They were cut. They were cut. It's gone. Those name tags have vanished into the ether. I have no idea what happened to those things, which is absolutely insane. So before we do that again, I'll make sure that I get everybody's names who did not get one, who got voided away in the last apparent dimensional reset or whatever it was. And we'll make sure that you get those.
NW, thank you. One goes out to everyone tonight. We appreciate all you guys. We appreciate everybody that comes out and hangs out with us week in, week out here on Wild and Weird Radio Live, and the folks especially that keep this show free for everyone for eons to come. We are coming to that time of night where, we just gotta cut the cord here and get rolling. Ron will be back in the usual studio next week, and I offloaded some pretty interesting footage that's not related to the series that we're putting together, and we're going to show that next week. And because it was footage I was supposed to have offloaded for you. It was the night that Rowan went out and was recording UFOs.
Yeah.
I got that off when I pulled the footage from what we were recording for the new series. I went ahead and pulled that off too. So we'll show that next week and let you guys see some of those clips.
L.R. Miller there. RV Ryan's probably wondering what in the world that was on that blessing screen. Yeah, you probably are correct.
Probably.
We kind of just assume everybody understands the blessing screens, but they don't. So really quick, here's what happens when people give us the donations. We give them a blessing, and the blessings are little snippets that we've created here and there. And the particular image that you saw there, that was Commander Zorp waving the collective flag, because
just because we have a flag, and this one is another just because. All hell, Sky Daddy McConaughey.
I mean, we have a flag, so there you go. Yeah, what can I say? There's not many. I guess there's not many groups that do.
He said, I didn't understand it, but I felt something.
Felt something.
And that's why we do this. And you guys are awesome.
And it wasn't fear, because you're still here. You didn't
right.
Know. So that's a good sign, buddy. That's a good sign.
NW says, I don't fully understand, but I have learned a lot and asked questions because that's great.
Well, what it comes down to is we can come on here and be dead serious sticks in the mud, or we can just come on here and just have fun. because you can still have fun and be serious. And I think that that's why a lot of people don't get us, because we are dead serious, and then we can turn around and
do this.
And do. It's what happens when you have researchers who are artists and musicians and, performers. So, yeah.
It's good.
So if you like that stuff, you're going to love it here.
Yeah, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, come here, hang out with us. Everybody is welcome. We have an open community, a very wide open conversation that is directed completely by you guys. And we just start off the show with a little bit of news and see where it goes.
I still need what, LR? You want an Ace Frehley blessing? All right.
Ace Frehley blessing. Yes.
All right, we'll do it.
Fantastic.
Probably have to have some fireworks, but we'll do it.
All right, guys. Y'all are awesome. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us every Thursday for 2 hours. Get this weekend kicked off early. Can't wait to see you all right back here next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, next Thursday. It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be good.
To Mothman countdown time. And for those of you guys coming, we can't wait to see you there.
Yeah, get out there and have a good Labor Day weekend. For the rest of you guys out there, you parrot heads, remember tomorrow is the second annual Jimmy Buffett Day. So go out there and do your thing there. But everybody have fun, and let's try to meet back here again Thursday. And we're going to look at some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be. We're going to look at some stuff because we got people sending stuff in. So if you want to send some stuff in for us to look at, by all means, send it in, and we'll be doing that here too. For you new folks who don't know, we do a little thing called In Focus, and that's kind of what we do. We show it here. We share it with the whole community.
And we have a live analysis.
Yeah, and we let everybody kind of weigh in on what they think it is. Some stuff we solved that way, which is great, and some stuff it's honestly helps to just
paranormal caught on camera, but way better.
Yeah, that's a good way to put that. That's a really good way to put that, because we do that. Yeah, you're right. It's a good point, Joe.
Okay, everybody. We will see you next time. And remember, like I told you, clear skies this weekend. Eyes up. Go check it out. Do some sky watching. See what's going to happen. Because you never know when you're going to start to glow.
That's true.
Stay wild and weird, everybody.